Hello everyone. Welcome back to Sustainable Living with Shilpa Reddy, powered by Planetgreen, Farm Natura, a new beginning to your life. On today's episode of Dates County Nature's Tycoon, I have with me an agripreneur who single-handedly revolutionized the millet industry. He is the founder of Sattva Millets and Food Products. His brand has been recognized by our Honorable Prime Minister, Mr. Narendra Modi ji. He has also been recognized by the government of Telangana and Andhra Pradesh as the game changer and best millet seed grower. Let's welcome KV Rama Subba Reddy garu on my show. Welcome to my show, Rama Subba Reddy garu. It's an honor to have you on my show, and today I'm going to learn so much about your accomplishments and how you single-handedly made millets into a big industry in India.
Thank you so much, Shilpa Garu.
So, I have heard about your company and I have used your products. And what was the idea, inspiration behind Sattva Millets and Food Products? And how many brands do you have under it? And what did you do differently from the rest so that your company and your work stood out?
Uh, I'm a cost accountant.
Okay.
I was working in Delhi, as a executive director of finance.
Wow. Okay.
So till 2017, I was in Delhi.
Hmm.
2017, I migrated to my native place, Nandyal,
Hmm.
to start up the horticulture products like
Okay.
pomegranate, banana, and
Hmm.
guava.
Hmm.
So this
You had fields and land, like
Yeah,
agricultural land.
we have total around 80 acres of land.
Okay.
Out of which 20 acres I bought in 2012.
Hmm.
Pursuing that, I should go back and start activity.
Okay.
So this activity, this plantation started in 2014 itself. Before migration, this pomegranate and guava. These plantation already started in 2014. I migrated in 2017 to take up full-fledged activity.
Okay.
So during this period, I observed that the natural farming of these horticulture crops would be, difficult to market it.
Okay.
Because the output harvesting will happen within 15 days.
Okay.
So much output has to be sold to the direct customers. It is highly impossible.
Mm-hmm.
So when the product doesn't look good, the mediators will again pay the less price. During that time, I attended a couple of sessions of Dr. Kadravali.
Okay.
He is conducting many sessions on the millet promotion.
Okay.
So I decided that these millets can be taken up naturally without much effort. Even in my childhood, we used to eat jowar and foxtail millet.
Okay.
So these two millets are very popular.
Yes.
But after this green revolution, these grains have been faded out.
Correct.
I'm working with the farmers also.
Okay.
Nearby farmers and FPOs. My entire family is with me. They are taking different activities.
Okay.
One brother takes care of farming. One brother takes care of the plant maintenance. My wife prepares the recipes. All our recipes are in-house made.
Okay.
My daughter is a designer. She is a graphic designer.
Wow.
So she takes care of designing aspect.
Okay.
So my mother too come to factory every day.
Wow, this is so impressive.
Yeah. So therefore, entire family involved in this millet activity to shape up the products in a good, tasty, and acceptable to the customer in the market.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you think family coming together made a huge impact on what you were doing?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Alone, it's very impossible. I have vision how to take care of the company and the activities.
Right.
But during the startup, the initial stage,
Right.
we will not be having much resources.
Yes. Yes.
So family support is very much required to bring at this level.
Fabulous. This is a very interesting story how family is taking care of every aspect of the business. So, please tell me, like 50, 60 years back, during my, during my grandfather's generation, most of them used to have some kind of a millet or the other. And then last 50, 60 years, we lost that, understanding of the nutrition value and the health benefits. So how do we revive this, and how do we recreate that awareness among people that millets are one of the superfoods that we have, in our country?
Before Green Revolution,
Hmm.
the millet basket percentage is around 20 to 25% there in the global.
Hmm.
So that has come down today to the extent of 6%.
Oh, wow. That's
Uh,
just in the span of 50, 60 years?
yeah.
Okay.
So the importance has come down because there is no market for the millets.
Hmm.
There was no processing unit as such. So there are many aspects to come out. Even the government has encouraged to farm the rice and wheat.
Other grain, yes.
Yeah,
They
because
popularized.
to give the food security to all the people.
Okay. Hmm.
So now we have seen how the lifestyle has changed and how the diseases are coming up.
Correct.
Mainly India is coming diabetic prone, most diabetic prone country in the
Correct.
world.
Hmm.
So now it's eventual to shift from regular traditional wheat and rice to the millets.
Millets.
For the last couple of years, the 2018, the government of India has declared the National Year of Millets.
Yes.
And then afterwards, the government is taking up, thinking the think tanks are, working how to take it up to the global level.
Okay.
Because there is a greater opportunity in the global level.
Global market.
Yeah.
I was
See,
going to ask you that question also, but
Yeah.
yeah, please tell me.
now the importance, even in my childhood, I have seen people are taking, for the diabetic without, knowing that they know that the diabetic will come down, but there is no reference. They automatically take the foxtail millet as the food.
Yes.
So therefore, the sugar levels will be minimum,
Right.
and their energy levels will be at a greater, level.
Right.
So now reviving millets is very important, and the technological advancement has to happen because they are really miracle grains, as such.
So this awareness can be created through government and companies like you. You're saying that?
Companies like us, we can do very little extent.
Okay.
For the last couple of years, we are doing this.
Yes.
So when we want to sell the goods, we have to first
Create a
create
market.
the awareness with the customers.
Yes.
Then they will buy it.
Right.
Now the government has taken the emphasis, and they are working on a mission mode to popularize the millets. Prime Minister Sri Narendra Modi ji is the, I can say he is the brand ambassador for these millets.
You're right.
Every function, every occasion, he is utilizing and giving the taste to the dignitaries. And he is even
amazing.
G20 delegates. It is being given
Served?
as served.
That's
And
wonderful.
even it is being organized in the parliament itself. One of the at least one dish should be there in the millet farm.
That's incredible. Wow.
So the government has taken so much initiative. Now it is going upward.
Right.
So we have to utilize this opportunity.
Yeah. How is it going to change the situation of the Indian farmer when this uprise happened? Will he be able to produce, according to the demand?
Absolutely. So we have to work on this very carefully. Farmers are accustomed to farm the traditional rice and wheat.
Correct.
So lot of water and other resources required for this, and they also vexed up with the fluctuation of the price with the rice.
Okay.
So earlier, 2 years back, the activity was going very well, but last 2 years there is acute shortage of labor, and the cost of cultivation has gone up significantly.
That's right. The food cost and food production cost has gone up.
Especially rice.
Okay.
So therefore, farmers are ready
Hmm.
to take up this activity, provided they get the price, appropriate price.
Absolutely.
So the governments, many state governments has declared the MSP for millets at a very low level. I can say that 2,500 per quintal to 3,500 per quintal. So there are some millets it is viable, and some millets is not viable because their productivity is very less.
Okay. Is it true that millets require a lot less water than the traditional wheat and rice?
Absolutely.
Oh,
To produce 1 kg of rice, we would be requiring around 5,000 liters of water, and whereas for millets it would be only around 300 liters per
that's a
kg.
huge difference. And looking at the soil conditions, it is said that worldwide soil is degrading, and soil is dying, is what they're saying.
Yes.
In this condition, do you think millets is the future for food security?
Millets are the only grains which can protect the soil, preserve the soil and environment.
Really?
Because the soil, the soil is getting damaged, deteriorating the life because excessive use of chemicals.
Chemicals, absolutely.
In case you take 1 acre of rice production, they use almost 10 bags of fertilizer. That means 500 kg of fertilizer.
Wow.
And countless of the pesticides to be sprayed on the field.
Right.
Otherwise, we don't get proper output.
So toxic.
Yeah. And the environment is getting damaged by this, not only soil and the air. So entire environment is getting damaged because this water flows when the rain happens.
Yes.
This water flows, and it flows from from canals to rivers to the ocean. Ultimately. So entire stream is getting damaged.
Right.
When there is a very little amount of water requirement with the millets, and there is no requirement of pesticides. This is the beauty of
no pesticides.
No pesticides are required to grow the millets. They are naturally protected from the pest, and they are drought resilient.
Drought resilient.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So that is the reason the water consumption is very less.
Okay.
And very nutritious, and they are work as a medicine for the.
They are superfoods.
Yeah, superfood.
So, do you know of any country that has the number of varieties of millets that India has or has produced?
These are all ancient grains.
Right.
So, over the period of time, they have been extincted. But most of the countries like US, they produce jowar. Most the quantity of jowar is very high, but they use it as an animal feed.
Okay.
And more varieties are available in African countries.
Okay.
But they have not been revived.
Okay.
In India also many varieties
have
like
gone extinct.
Yeah, not extinct. They have to be revived.
Revived.
The grains seeds are available.
Okay.
So right now the 5 minor millets. See, when you talk about millets, there are 2 categories.
Okay.
One is minor millets, other is major millets.
Okay.
Minor millets consist of 6 varieties, where we have to remove the husk before consumption.
Okay.
In case of major millets, there is no husk.
Okay, directly can be consumed.
Directly we can make flour and consume these grains. So out of 6 grains, 5 grains have a lot of fiber.
Okay.
In minor millets.
In the minor millets. Okay.
Yeah. So therefore, these are all popular in India, and we are propagating these 5 millets for the betterment of lifestyle. And for those who are healthy, they continue with the major millets.
Okay.
So there would be high fiber millets, but we have to see that the research has to happen. And we have to revive those grains.
Right. So there is this observation that after the pandemic, the consumption of millets has gone up in every household. Like I've seen my aunts and uncles and parents. Before it used to be normal upma, now it's like millet upma, millet idli, millet dosa. So why do you think this sudden surge of demand?
So before COVID, people did not mind taking the millets. So they have seen the their immunity levels, how they are prone to the viruses or diseases.
Right.
There is a lot of even for the people almost 90 days they were in house arrested, like literally
Correct.
in the COVID period.
Hmm.
So a lot of introspection happened. The healthy food has to be taken. Even they would making in the house because they are free, no work.
Yes. You
That
cannot
made
order online.
yeah they
Or-
made this activity or millet cooking exponentially improved. The basic thing in millets, everybody know that millets are good for the health, but they do not know how to cook it, and not much recipe knowledge is not available in the market. So during which time they are very free and they saw the videos, available videos on the YouTube. They made all millet recipes. I would say there is a misperception that millets food is not so tasty.
Okay.
But with a good recipe, one can make a very tasty food.
Yes.
For the entire day, one can live on entirely on millets.
And also, I've realized my mother started making millet khichdi, and once you eat that, there is so much energy throughout the day, and you don't feel hungry, as soon as you would otherwise if you eat other, like rice or wheat.
Absolutely. The fact is that millets have high fiber. So this fiber will not allow to digest immediately, like unlike the rice. Rice,
right.
what will happen? We have to take volumes, and then it will immediately digest. The energy levels will be boosted immediately, and after 1 hour, 2 hours, again we will be down.
Drop, yeah. The sugar, spike.
Spike. So in case of millets, because of high fiber, the digestion will be slow, and even we cannot take so much quantity.
Yes.
Like rice. It is
Correct.
almost 1/3 of quantity enough to feed our stomach.
You're right.
So the fiber will play major role in regulating the digestion system and injecting the glucose into our body.
Right.
So the entire period of 4 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours, the energy levels will be constant when we take millets as a food.
Absolutely. Food research, technological research institutions like ICRISAT, they are still trying to find and gather evidence of the nutritional value and the benefits of millets. What technological output do you wish to see in this segment?
Yeah, there is a very much need of technological advancement in the processing mainly.
Processing, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
because these grains are very teeny, very small grains. So removing the husk is very difficult.
Okay.
And giving the quality grains, it's challenging. The loss in the processing, the primary processing, ranging from 25% to 55%, depending on the grain.
The weight, half of it is husk.
Husk and the other impurities will go.
Okay.
So in case of foxtail millet, it would be around 25%. In case of brown top millet, it would be 50 to 55% loss.
Wow.
So this gap has to be narrowed, and new technology has to development has to be there to protect the nutrient content of the grain.
That's the thing.
Because we adopt the unpolished grains, the technology what we have adopted to produce the unpolished grains. That means we only remove the husk without disturbing outer layer of the grain.
Okay.
So there are some processing units wherein they use polishers. So therefore, when they polish the grain, the nutrient content lying on the outer layer, it will go along with the husk.
Right. Again, it's like going back to eating rice. Like,
Yes, absolutely.
there's no point.
Yeah.
So that was my other question actually. How do we ensure that, these are not over processed, because once the demand is created, to kind of meet the demand, how do we not hybridize the seed and still follow, ethical norms to keep the nutrition and, content in place?
Yeah. So as I said, the processing is very important. Basically, to in the primary processing. Once the primary processing is set, then the secondary processing, same grain will be used for making any product. That is one part. The other part is that we have to protect traditional grains,
Right.
not much modifying the genetic conditions.
Correct.
So what will happen if we modify the grain genetical content, it become hybrid, and then we tend to spray all the fertilizers and give more fertilizers.
We will go back to the same cycle.
So here there are some research happened already on couple of grains. One is foxtail millet.
Okay.
So earlier the foxtail millet yield was around 8 to 9 quintals per acre. Now it has gone extend to 16 to 18 quintals per acre. So there is a significant increase in the yield. In the case of the jowar, there also research happened. Earlier it was 9 to 8 quintals. Now it has gone to 20 to 25 quintals per acre.
Wow.
Without much modifying the grain
that's
structure.
most important, I think. Yes.
So in the minor millets, like barnyard millet, little millet, kodo millet, so these yields have to improve, to feed the population and improve the yield to the farmer, where he can get a reasonably good price. Otherwise, little millet right now it is giving around 6 quintals per acre. Even at 2,500 and 3,000 rupees per quintal, he get 18,000 rupees. And
it should be viable for the for the farmer.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So now this generation is all about ready to eats, and how do we contemporize millet recipes so the youth are inspired, or enjoy eating millets? And is there a strong professional avenue for the next generation to find some kind of career in this segment?
Absolutely. IIMR is developing this activity, and recently in the recent budget, IIMR has been nominated as a Center of Excellence for the research.
Okay. What did they come up with?
So they groom the entrepreneurs, startups. They can incubate. Any startup can be incubated. Okay. And they have technologies, ready-made technologies. One can select and go in the stream to put up the plant, or to do the marketing in millet area.
Oh, that's
so they work only on millets.
And with startups. Mostly.
Yeah.
Young entrepreneurs.
Yes, absolutely. So in the ready to eat foods, as you said, it's very important. Now no one has time to cook.
Yes.
So there are many recipes available, very tasty recipes, and very quickly we can prepare. So therefore, for the other grains, it's already developed. We have to just copy it and do the research on millets, because millets typically some difficulties because it doesn't have any gluten.
Yes.
And it doesn't have any binding agent to make any recipe. So we have to appropriately use the other ingredients to make to make the right product.
And this will also increase the shelf life of the product when you do ready to eats.
Yeah. So we have to adopt some technologies, wherein in grains, what we are doing, we do vacuum packing. So
I
when do
saw one of your brands,
Yeah.
Renadu, right?
yeah
I bought so many of them from one of the farmers market, and I love the packaging because it's completely vacuumed.
yeah
So
thank you
tell
so
me,
much.
tell me why that packaging?
So when we do loose packing, there would be oxygen inside. So the germination, the insects can develop inside.
Okay.
So when we remove the air in the pack, so there is no chance of developing any insects.
Okay.
So when we do vacuum packing, the shelf life would be almost 1 year. In the case of grains, in case of idli rava, upma rava, or any mixes, in fact. So same we are applying even in the other products like ready to eat foods. Right now we are making in bottles.
Oh, so you are making ready to eat foods?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you speak a little more about it?
Yeah, we make laddus,
Okay.
biscuits, and chakli, millet poha.
Okay.
So what we are doing right now, when we are not using any wheat or maida in biscuits, and completely healthy with jaggery.
Okay.
So we are using right now, the glass bottles, making vacuum packing in the glass bottles.
Oh, okay.
So the shelf life has increased tremendously, from 4 months to almost 8 months to 1 year.
Wow.
And the laddus also, usually the shelf life of laddu would be around only 30 days.
Yes.
We can extend up to 3 to 4 months the shelf life.
Wow. That's incredible.
Yeah.
I've never seen anything packed in a glass jar but vacuum packed.
Yeah.
So do you have like a team who's constantly looking for new technology? Like how you just mentioned about this vacuum packaging in a bottle. I've not heard this before. So do you have a team who is always, kind of guiding you for such things?
Yeah, we are experimenting. My co-founder Prithvi, he do a lot of experiment on this.
Okay.
It's all developed in-house.
Oh, wonderful.
Even no one has experimented with this activity. Since we have vacuum packing, we tried with it.
Okay.
Whether we can do with the glass jar.
Okay.
So that has worked out very well.
Wow, interesting.
Yeah.
What are the other brands you have under Sattva Millet and Food products?
We have two brands. One is Renadu, that is a localized name.
Okay.
And other is Millets.
So what is the difference? Like what does Renadu sell, and what is the other brand into?
Yeah, it's basically the packaging. We do premium packaging, and we make the product available in metros, modern trade, with the brand of Millets.
Okay.
In rural area, the packing, we want to cut down on packing cost.
Okay.
So on Renadu brand, we supply the rural area in district headquarters and villages. So therefore, almost per pack, almost 10 rupees we can cut down on the packing. It is much affordable to the population living in rural area.
That is so thoughtful.
Yeah.
What are the next 5-year plans for your company?
Actually, we are deeply working with the farmers and FPOs. So what we do, we select certain millets which are not available locally, and which are expensive.
Okay.
For the time being. So what we do, we select those millets and go to the farmers and FPOs. So we tell that these are the millets have to be grown.
Okay.
And we fix the rate, the price. At what price we'll buy back again after harvesting.
Okay.
This price will be set before sowing the grains.
Oh, okay.
So we agree
that
the price.
Will not fluctuate.
That will not fluctuate.
Okay.
It is fixed price. Farmer know that.
That's for sure he's getting.
For sure
that
he will get
amount.
Irrespective of the market demand.
Okay.
Irrespective of any adverse conditions. So we will sign the agreements and then go ahead with the activity. After harvesting, they will sell to us at the same price. We buy at the same price.
Okay.
So this activity is being taken up. This is the third year of journey. Same, we are implementing with the individual farmers also in the
Okay.
vicinity of our factory.
Along with FPOs, even individual landholders.
Landholders.
Hmm.
So they are coming forward since the price is attractive and there is a certain market, they need not wait for selling the grains.
Right.
So along with the, the production activity, we wanted to expand this cultivation, working with the farmers.
Okay.
And provide the seeds and encourage them. We also work with the local university.
Okay. How do you collaborate with that?
Just we go and talk to them because they are also working for the development of millet cultivation. So we talk to them and then invite for the villages. So they explain the scientific background of the the millets and the yield, how much they get, how the the grains will be grown. So it is complete package.
Understood. Yes. Wow, that is so noble.
Yeah.
And the best part is like the farmer is assured of a certain income.
Yeah.
I think that's what is most important. Like that uncertainty is what is very scary for a farmer.
Absolutely.
And most of the farmers' children are not getting into farming for the fear of farming not being, lucrative or even certain of things.
Absolutely. Recently, we have conducted one village in our nearby factory. Almost we called for 100 farmers.
Okay.
If you see the age group, it's almost the farmers' age is above 45 to 80 years.
Wow.
So the youngsters, I don't find any youngster who is doing the farming.
Right.
They are not interested because the income levels are not sustainable to carry their family and their children's education. It is not sufficient.
So this is a proud moment and an honor to all of us that your name was mentioned by our Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji for the contribution that you made in millet segment, and you're also been felicitated by government of Andhra as best seed grower, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah.
So how do you feel?
It's really the work what I have done. It is being recognized. I am very satisfied. I am also feeling very proud because when I moved from corporate life to village,
that's a big shift.
Big shift, and people have not taken it right way.
Seriously, maybe.
Yeah. So why you are taking so much, the good life and luxury life, and coming to the ground, you will face a lot of problems.
But did you always wanted to make a difference, or did you just wanted to get back to your village?
No, I wanted to make the difference. I wanted to work with the farmers.
Okay.
That is my primary, aim.
Yeah. So will you be also incubating many others who want to learn under your company and come and learn your expertise as volunteers or interns?
Absolutely. We take interns. We groom them. Since it is now it is a very nascent stage. So we take some interns, local boys, and then we'll groom them.
Okay.
So they can also take up their activity after learning the process.
That's so much information about millets, and the way you put it across is so lovely. And thank you for this. Thank you for coming and sharing your thoughts and your future plans with us. And I hope many young entrepreneurs get inspired and take this route and add more value to our economy and to the farmers. Thank you.
Thank you so much for calling me and taking interview. I am really feel very happy.
We are honored too.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you.
I hope you enjoyed this inspiring conversation with Mr. Rama Subba Reddy garu. Please do subscribe to my channel. Stay tuned for more updates. Signing off, Shilpa Reddy.